Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Well Grand Finals. We are going to be hopping pretty much straight into the game due to all the delays. We can only apologize. The recent update has completely messed up all the servers. So, yeah, we're just going to be hopping into the game pretty much as soon as we can get live with the players. It is, of course, between the Pirates and the Robins. And, both of these teams have been really, really strong throughout the season. They're undefeated. So it's going to be a hot matchup. Hopefully, we get some good games of CS. We are going to be opening things up here on Anubis to start things off. A recent favorite of mine, just because of how kind of dynamic the map is. It's one of those maps that's quite T-sided. Okay, well, getting information if you switch. So more technical delays, but we'll work our way through it and we will get to the CS, I promise. But yeah, honestly, just going back to the matchup, these two teams, they are undefeated throughout the season. They both have some very strong players on either side. I think looking at the maps and looking at the players, there's obviously some recognizable names, but I think it's going to come down to how impactful the AWPers can be for me. Both of these teams, have decent AWPers in their ranks, and I think that if they can kind of come alive and have some strong impact here, especially being able to have some good impact on the CT side of Anubis can be really strong. Then you might see one of those teams run away with the game. But yeah, again, all we can do is apologize for the delays. I don't know exactly what's wrong with the servers and everything, but the recent update that I'm sure you've all been enjoying has kind of messed things up in that regard. But yeah, speaking of the recent update, if you're not aware, CS2 has had like one of the biggest updates that we've had so far. There's been a number of fixes. So if you kind of started with the game and you weren't really into it, you might be feeling that it's a little bit more close to CSGO in the state that it's in right now. At least that's what the patch notes say. I haven't actually been able to test it out myself yet. But yeah, to just round out some of the like headline things. They've kind of fixed Pika's advantage. So when the game first released, Pika's advantage was very strong. This is going to be a bit nerdy, but hopefully you stay with me. Hopefully it's a little bit more entertaining than the fours. But back to my point. When the game released, the way that the server calculated where the players were and how gunfights happened was kind of balancing the pings between players. So it would kind of bring low ping players up to the high ping level to kind of even things out. So that means that Pika's advantage was really strong because the higher ping player would obviously have a little bit of an advantage in those gunfights. It would be evened out. Whereas in Go, that wasn't the case. The advantage was um, heavily favored towards the low ping player that connected to the server. But yeah, hopefully that's been fixed somewhat. Or if you liked the Pika's advantage, then commiserations to you because that's been fixed now. But yeah, that's an interesting change. I think it will have an impact, especially on a map as T-sided as Anubis. Those entries go really, really I'm losing my English. Those entries go really strong, especially in towards A main. Those Pika's advantages really did kind of make playing in towards A main quite a difficult task. So we'll see how that affects the game. There have been some cosmetic changes. So for those of you that aren't aware, previously stickers were in designated spots, but now you can place them wherever you want on your gun. So there's been some weird and wonderful and quite frankly, like really horrible things shown by the CS community. But I'm impressed with the inventiveness either way. But yeah, there's more freedom to place the stickers and a bit more personality onto the guns. So there's definitely a good change. We'll see if there's any sort of moderation that can go on with some of the placements. Um, what else has changed? There's been some changes to the maps. So when the game first released, the maps was somewhat glitchy. There were some areas of the map where the bomb could fall through. That's obviously not ideal. So a lot of those things have been fixed up, cleaned up, changed, and yeah, it's just a bit more of a polished state. And yeah, honestly speaking, the whole launch of CS2, while not perfect, by Valve standards, has been pretty pristine, if I'm honest. No CS launch has ever gone smoothly. Like, none of them, zero. Like, if people will cast their minds back to like this wasn't the launch, but even just small additions, like adding a new gun, like the revolver, when that was first launched, that was absolutely broken. So, yeah, CS2, the launch has been somewhat rocky. We are getting into the flow of things. We are getting a bit smoother with it, and we will be hopping into the game. 4 versus 6 is is definitely a new it's a new flavor on the standard competitive format, but we rock with it. Um, but yeah, you know what? It's somewhere in between not live and live. The Schrodinger's live, you could call it. But yeah, I guess we can kind of cast what's going on right now. Obviously, 4 players isn't going to be useful on the fifth round, especially with 1 player dead in spawn. But yeah, I'm sure we'll get things fixed up and restarted momentarily. But yeah, it would be good to kind of get your guys's, reaction and feedback to the recent changes. I know we don't typically read chat and whatnot in these situations, but desperate times calls for desperate measures, especially since my co-caster has gone MIA. So yeah, just let me know what your guys' thoughts have been on it. Whether or what do you think of today's matchup? I guess is the main kind of bit of feedback, but also what do you make of this big update? Because I think there's some really cool stuff in there. If they have been able to kind of return things to how CS:GO felt, that's definitely a big bonus in my spot. I don't know how it is for you guys, but one thing that's been really challenging for me is getting used to the spray controls again. Um, Holding my hand on my heart, I was never really good at spray control, and it's even worse in CS2. So if I can get the hang of that, it would definitely be a helpful factor. But yeah, it's been an interesting roadmap out of CS:GO into CS2. But yeah, I think it's been pretty good so far, or handled pretty well for all its faults. But yeah, I guess we could talk a little bit more about the teams going through the season if I go back to the team pages. Oh, okay, it doesn't matter. We're going to be live very soon. There we go. Third time's the charm, as production whispers in my ear. Hopefully, we'll get some CS action. Interesting. We've left the player crosshairs on. I don't know if that was necessarily intentional, but I do actually like to see it. It's interesting to see, which players have absolutely insane crosshairs, and you sit there and wonder how they can aim. But in any case, we're live. Players are moving. It is going to be, a quick rush towards middle. This is a fairly standard strat, honestly. Kaiser kind of got taken advantage of, and it's straight into an A split. Only Ryback here to hold the defenses down. Has been really good in towards the last few games, but can't hit anything, and Elo rips him straight out the server. Unlucky there, but kind of needed a little bit more from your CT side. Trauzo starts off the retake pretty well with an entry. Got a player there within red pushing through, but this is a really tough hold to crack down, especially losing your rotation player. And it is going to be a quick cleanup. Nice 4K there from Rizzy, coming out with all the Riz. And it is going to be a quick first round in towards, I believe, yeah, that's the Robins. Just needed to double check. So Robins 1-0 up. Quick pistol round, all things said and done. Yeah, a few mistakes coming through there, but again, if you're not too familiar with the map, those rotations can be quite tricky against a full rush. Lovely little blue steel M9 there from Wheelers. And a full eco, so should be fairly easy. Zyrex, I think he spotted a player out, but I don't know if he's going to be aware of Mod being so close. And jiggling from that side of the pillar isn't actually optimal in my eyes because you can get trapped very easily. But he's able to escape. Red makes his presence known, trying to fend off the dark push. And Rizzy, that's going to be a trigger to push around as Mog gets 2 clean entries in towards the B site. Dink coming out onto Rizzy, but still cleans up the kill regardless. And just as clean as you can expect for the moment, Trauzo, P250. There's an entry, and that's a good start to things. Might be able to get another, but no, Elo will close up the rest. That's a second round, only losing 1 player. Pretty good standing, and now we enter a bonus round situation. So we are going to see a Mac 10 in the hands of the T side. Wally will be wielding it. And usually what you expect to see from this kind of situation, is somewhat of a quick rush, trying to take advantage of the quicker movement speed, although it is going to be Mog actually that wields it. In any case, the point still stands. Should expect something quick out of Mog, trying to get some space, trying to take advantage of that quick movement speed. Otherwise, some sort of execute that can kind of close down on those ranges. Okay, quick push from the CTs, taking real liberties towards Dark. It's not expected, but it's good enough to get a positive trade kind of advantage in towards the mid round. Middle being cleared out now, and there are going to be some holes in the defense, but it's a pretty strong mid setup with Kaiser just jiggling in towards the back halls. Now, three-man setup on the T side, almost being cut down to two as the double peak comes through. Nice play from the Pirates to kind of double up and expect the common rotations. Middle is often a weak point for CT sides, especially in the man-down situation. Heads up play again from the Pirates, expecting a B play. They can hear these players running around, the smokes and flashes have come through. It is going to be a fairly laid back hold from the CTs, just trying to take advantage of any over expositions. Zyrex tucks into the corner, and Rizzy's got an entry, so not quite the hold that was expected from the Pirates, and Wally's actually managed to catch up Zyrex, so not ideal to say the least. 3 versus 2. Oh, Kaiser straight through, picking up 2 kills. It's going to have to be the 1 versus 3. Low bullets, but Elo has low health. Just needs to connect, and Kaiser picks up the triple of the round. Really impactful play there. And it is just going to be 1 player left from the Pirates, but they'll take that any day of the week. Tough situation now, because if the Pirates lose this follow-up round, they will be set back onto an eco. You can see the economic situation not in the healthiest standing. It's going to be a somewhat cobbled together buy, and it's one of those awkward situations where even though you've won the round, you're actually going to have a weaker buy with less firepower than your opponents, and that's just a consequence of the bonus round. Unfortunate, but that's the life you live in. I'm not sure if if Wally's actually... Oh, there you go. He's picked up the Galil. So full rifles from the T side, 2 MP9s to face them, and some rifles, but fairly slow start to the round. It is going to be the Robins just playing out a standard default situation. And that's probably a smart idea. Just waiting out the CT side utility, trying to catch any over-aggressions. And there aren't going to be any over-aggressions right now. Although, as I say that, Red is very happy to fight with the MP9 in Dark. Takes down players pretty low, but will be mollied out of position. And, oh, okay. That's an interesting opener. A site is now a lot weaker, and you'd expect the T side to, again, go for a middle kind of push, but there's an advanced peek from Red. Won't quite spot a player out, and this could very easily turn into a B split. Mug gets his key frag, and B split indeed. Pretty easy finish from here, or at least it should be. And you'd expect these players from the Pirates to be saving, but they're going for a look in. Kaiser's feeling it after last round, gets the entry. Couple of players very low on the T side, and that might be triggering this push. Kaiser can't connect, but the adjustment is good. While he goes down, I don't know if they're going to realize there's a player pushed in towards Temple. Mog could be a real thorn in their side. That's if the rest of the team don't clear things up. And Mog, what an impactful play from Dark. Oh, sorry, even the Palace push was the key moment there. I really thought the Dark play got those kills then. But in any case, it is a 3rd round towards the Robins. Really strong start from the T side, and that's off the back of that pistol win. Should be, again, fairly standard eco round. And Anubis, it's one of those very T-sided maps, as I said at the start. So to have a 3-1 start, or prospectively 4-1, is not the end of the world, but getting that pistol round on the CT side, I think matters a little bit more in maps like this, when it is harder to string rounds together. Red trying to tap out Mug, but the damage is all going in one direction, and with one player pushing down close, Wally actually been tagged up pretty low. I don't know how he didn't get the kill there. Unfortunate, but okay. A couple of dinks coming out. This could be dangerous. Zyrex up close should be taking advantage of that reload, and indeed he will. That'll be an AK picked up, but the A site has fallen in the meantime, or at least half fallen. The rotations can come through, but don't know what you could do with a Deagle, Kaiser. Show us. Oh, a couple of tags, actually. is a not bad start to this hold. Can't quite penetrate the side of the pillar, but the information and the hold-up has come through. Kaiser hitting shots and the AK's here. This is a defense that Kaiser's putting on a clinic, and the AK will clear things up. Zyrex with a nice double to end, and I don't know how, but the Pirates have stolen a round away. That is that is impeccable, but that's a really frustrating round to lose if you're the Robins. I did not expect that whatsoever. That should not have happened in any scenario. Kaiser just really putting on a strong display, and I don't know necessarily if slowing down was the right decision there, but it definitely came back to haunt the Pirates. Oh, sorry, the Robins. Quick push in towards B, though, trying to take advantage of the situation. Entries coming through, well, only one entry. Trauzo, good with the AWP, and Red to clean things up. It is a nice hold on the B site. The pressure is held. And it is 3-3, so just as quick as the T side was looking to run away with things, the Robins have kind of squandered that opportunity. And Pirates coming back into it. Trauzo got the AWP. Typically, you'd see him go towards middle, and I think that's where he's going to be heading now, but could have also opted for an A pick. Actually, that's where he's heading. And an A pick with the AWP is really strong because of how tight that choke point is. But look at this push. The AWP better be ready for this. AWP won't catch him. Catches the first even. I said the flash won't catch him, but the trade will. And Ryback's here to trade through. At least try and put a resistance. Kaiser, though, again with more impact. And the bomb is going to have real trouble crossing towards the site. Slowing things down is definitely a good idea here. It's going to force the CT side to spread out a little bit, consider different opportunities, and that might soften up the site just enough to steal a bomb plant away, maybe even steal a round. And Ryback looks away at an inopportune moment. AWP's even retrieved, so this is suddenly a round, and you can see just the amount of impact that slowing down has. Tapping of the bomb, but Zyrex has managed to sneak through camera. Oh, spots the back of... Oh, no. Okay, Mog is there for the trade. A little bit frustrating he couldn't cover his teammate, but that's how things goes. And now it's a game of duck, duck, goose, trying to find Red. 30 seconds, the time's ticking down, but there's enough time for Mog to get the timing and, Ableing to adjust. Ableing is not a word, but we vibe with it. It's an able 4 rounds for the Robins moving forward. Man, this is just back and forth. It's shaping up to be a pretty good game, what we were expecting, or at least what we were hoping for this matchup. MP9 on the hands of one of the Pirates players, but the rest of them have rifles, so it's pretty even. Apart from, of course, the AWP. Going for a pick in towards Dark, we have seen an aggression, but look at this B main push from Zyrex and co, trying to establish some momentum. It is a 1-for-1 trade. It's not ideal, and Kaiser being caught out in middle is a real problem. Kaiser been one of the more impactful players, and I think that middle smoke was just a little bit too deep to go for one of those plays. Okay. Pirates in the mid round. They're all split across the map. So name of the game, just try and get the info on where that bomb's going, where the T side push is going, and well, just hope that you're able to rotate into position, but it's definitely not going to be easy. Oh, okay. Mog with an uncharacteristic miss there, but not going to be punished for it. You can see the CT side starting to make their gamble stack commitment, and it seems like their read is correct. Not a lot of utility to hold a push, all of it in the hands of Zyrex, just a smoke molly flash, but often that's all you really need, and the execute is gonna... Oh no, okay, they're gonna walk through. This is a smart idea if you don't think there's a stack. All 3 players stacked here though from the CT side. The molly will slow the aggression, but the aggression will come at some point nonetheless. Flashes are good. Oh, the peak from Ryback. Absolutely held by the AWPer. MP9 good for some impact, and it is just going to be Trauzo trying to lock things down, and a spray through the smoke. Really good kills from him, and that is a 4th secured, even retrieving the AWP at the end. Pirates, they're making every single round competitive. They might almost be better with the weaker weaponry. All right, 4-4. So back and forth. It seems like whichever team can win consecutive rounds might be able to string a couple more together. Somewhat of a pistol buy here, though, from the Robins. Seems like they're going to concede the situation. They could have gone for a force, honestly. And it wouldn't have been the worst idea, especially considering, you know, the firepower on the CT side isn't looking too healthy. But obviously, they can't know that. Middle, very lax hold here from Kaiser. And there's going to be a lot of pistol players in front of him. Ammunition management should be what he's looking for. And we'll drop that Molotov. Of course, unaware of how many players are there, but the peak at the right time will catch Wally off guard. You can see the T side, they were looking to go for an A split with how much middle space they found, but you can see the adjustment from the Pirates. Absolutely prepared for that situation. Right back, trying to lock down the site. Gets 1, 2, and 3 to close out the round. Nice hold from him. And if Ryback can get some confidence, get some momentum, then it's definitely going to be a problem for the Robins to overcome. We are back on towards the buys, but it's not looking so healthy. A couple of Galils bought in. It will mean that they concede that 1 bullet potential with the AKs. But you know what? You might often favor the utility. I know I definitely do. The nade lineup won't be okay. Rizzy. That is a big play. Trouser will return 1, but look at the situation. It's pulled all the rotations here from the CT side. You can see the Robins, they're just going to slow things down. Trouser goes for an info play. It's definitely a good idea with these situations. In the mid-round, if you've not heard anything, T-side's either setting up for an execute or they've rotated out of position. If you can get that info, then you can suddenly stack another area of the site right back. That is a cheeky kill. Perhaps shouldn't have been able to get away with that. And we'll molly off connector, but bomb sneaks through either way. So it's going to be a 3 versus 3. And that's even if the Pirates decide to go for this. They are pretty out of position. Ryback has made a lot of noise in through here, and Mog pushed straight through, really aware of that situation, and I don't really think you can afford to go for this. It's much more valuable bringing that AWP and M4 in towards the next round, because you won't be able to afford it otherwise, and you can see save has been called, so 5-5. Literally a hair splitting these teams apart, and good individual plays has really been the name of the game so far. You've seen, you know, good rotations, good flanks, but I think it's really just coming down to the individuals. All right, 2 Galils brought in towards the next round is actually an important point. They're not able to retrieve those AKs, so there's another opportunity for the Pirates to come back into things. You can see the force should be coming through, or at least you'd expect it to be coming through. And there you go. Everyone able to buy M4s apart from Zyrex. Poor Zyrex on a Deagle. Still has that 1-tap capability. And again, it looks like a B rush. Oh, sorry, a B push from the CT side. It's really not been successful so far. Rizzy so hot with the trigger today. He's feeling crisp with it. Zyrex forcing the issue, but I don't know. It seems like an unforced error there. Pressure getting to the players. Trouser still lurking towards the back of the site, and I think that scope has been heard. You can see the T side slinking back, willing to concede that space, and it does seem as though they're gonna go for an A play. You can see Bomb heading in that direction at least. They've again made a really good read, so Robins, good reads after good reads. Trouser though could be a problem if he catches players. Oh, just barely is able to escape. Mog should have really cleaned that kill up, but is caught off guard, and the jig is up. You can see the players rotating in to hold this A site. Kaiser, Dinks coming through, but no kill conversion, and without that kill, might not be worth going for this. Wally getting 2 kills, and Ryback is kind of committed at this point, but kind of an overcommittal in this situation. 1 versus 4. 9 bullets in the magazine. Oh, actually, 1 versus 2. 4 bullets left. There's an opportunity here, but it's going to have to be really crisp and not crisp enough. Welsh will get the kill. 5-6 T-round. Getting 2 consecutively. And that will break the bank of the CT side. This back and forth affair, the heavy kills that the T side are getting onto CTs. Oh, okay. It was going to be a full eco, but look at this, stringing together somewhat of a buy, and perhaps, you know, a pause being called might have been warranted in this situation. But in any case, it's the force buy. Trauzo will actually make that force buy apparent by spamming in through the smoke. It should put the rest of the Robins on guard, but it seems like Rizzy is happy to take some liberties after getting so many strong entries for these B pushes. And you can see a completely open middle, but that has... Okay, doesn't matter. It's going to be a push through dark. I was just about to say the T side might take advantage of that, but while you're getting an entry, is going to throw some question marks in towards this B site. The stack was towards over here somewhat. Oh, Riz through the smoke. That's unfortunate. Kaiser, again, impactful with the Deagle. Can only get 1 in this sort of scenario. And Trauzo is probably worth holding on to that M4. Force buy, not going to work out for the Pirates. It's unfortunate for them, but again, a bit of a questionable call. Okay, doesn't matter. Trauzo's feeling it. He's at least going to give it a look in. Spotted out very early and tagged down so low. Should be saving. Should be saving. And will get taken advantage of. Riz will close things out. 5-7 to round out the half. And of course, they needed to force that last round because it was the end of the half. I'm not used to MR12. Oh well. 5-7. It's actually not a bad CT side. Of course, this is a T-sided map. You can be expecting 9 rounds on that T side. But yeah, in any case, it's sorry, just being distracted there for a moment. It's it's where things are going to fall out in this occasion. Good grand finals to start, at least by the first half standards. Hopefully we can see the same in the second half. But yeah, we'll see how things goes.
All right, Jammer, mate, how you doing?
Hey, Bigfoot, how's it going? It's good to see you.
I heard you were getting a little bit lonely out here.
Yeah, honestly, you know, I've been kind of struggling, if I'm honest. It's been a long day. So,
yeah, no stress.
So yeah, how have things been for you?
Yeah, good. I just got out of bed, put some clothes on, turned the webcam on, plugged a bunch of stuff in that my girlfriend had unplugged, and here we are. Nice to see you.
Fair play.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming in to kind of save the day. I don't know if you've caught much of the game so far, but to kind of get you up to speed, it has been a fairly close game, to be honest. You know, Anubis, we kind of expect to be a bit T-sided, and it was on this occasion, to be fair. But I think the Pirates have put on a really strong kind of showing for what they could have done in their round.
Great. So Pirates, who's ahead? Is it? I heard you just like tuned in there, said it was a little bit equal at the minute.
Yeah, it's only 5-7 at the end of the half.
Yeah.
I believe the Robins.
First map.
First map, yes.
Yeah, well, here we are. Let's go.
Okay.
5-7.
All right, pissed around. Straight A rush coming in from the Robins, and this is audacious, but there's 2 players here to meet them. Rizzy playing the timings and will be rewarded for it. Trades coming through, and Red, it's hard to deal with, but will deal with the players. Suddenly, the site has fallen, though, and you would have expected maybe a bit stronger of a hold, but we're straight into the post plant.
Yeah, maybe if Rizzy got that last shot there, I mean, they didn't really see Rizzy when they came into sight. They lost a couple of players, and Rizzy nearly got the 3rd, but was traded out, and this bomb does go down pretty easily there, so it's going to be a retake here. We've got the dual Berettas coming in. Can they pull anything off?
Well, it starts with Red trade, and awareness is known. Dink's coming through. The Deagles have an impact, but Welsh with 2 of the kills to clean up will give them a round.
Yeah, no retake there, but nice try. I think that would have been a completely different round if Rizzy had got that 3rd kill there. Here we go.
Didn't think they had time, if I'm honest. You could see Welsh running away, but they actually managed to lock it in. So, yeah, good play in the end from the CTs. Maybe a bit fortunate with the timings, but when it works, you take it.
Yeah, for sure. So 8-5. That's going to be a good lead moving into the second half here. Of course, got what looks like quite an aggressive save round.
Yeah, not a lot of utility, and that can be kind of the breaking point for Anubis. Zyrex so aggressive in towards middle, and a straight B split coming through, dropping into the bridge, and gonna catch Mog off guard.
No
The trade
way.
trying to come through, but double entries are too strong. One more player to find, and Zyrex gets a triple, but all of his teammates have fallen in the meantime, and it's just Trowzo to clean up. But Rizzy with the straight Riz trade will lock in the round. What is going on?
That was so fast. Both teams bought quite a bit that round, so it will be a big save now. Not so much of an aggressive one.
You say that, but honestly, I think you might see a couple of upgraded pistols at least. There you go.
Yeah, there's a couple. Yeah, just the last minute they did opt for something interesting.
If they can get just a few kills, that'll have such a big impact for the economy moving into the kind of middle stages of the half. Well, there you go. It started.
Yeah, not quite as fast as the last round. Playing a little bit more tentatively, trying to find something, an early pick maybe, but they've barely pushed out of the T side.
Yeah, anti-ecos just trying to wait out that utility, try and catch a player off guard, and Wally with two players in middle, absolutely not getting caught off guard today.
Yeah, those two upgraded pistols already gone, so it's just down to... Oh no, yeah, we got the deagle here, but yeah, the automatic pistols are gone already. Nice shots from far, though. I think another peek and it might be all over, though.
So close, yet so far. I thought you were going to fully cast a curse them, but the Deagles end up not having impact overall in the end. 10-5, but we should be getting into the meat and bones of the game. Here are the gun rounds. Bigfoot, who do you want to keep an eye on?
Well, I mean, I've only seen a few rounds, mate. There hasn't actually been a full round. So
I kind of set you up for nothing there.
Straight back to you. Who's been dominating so far? I mean, Rizzy does look pretty good.
Yeah, honestly, that's a fair shout. I realized as I was saying it, probably a bit an unfair question. Although this this game has been so back and forth, anyone could be the impactful player. Really strong push from Dark there. Mod getting 2 kills. That's a good start for the CT side. Could have ended very badly though.
These new smokes are so much fun.
Ooh, that's so close. Literally a game of inches, Bigfoot.
Yeah, a few more inches on that grenade, we might have had something too. Red does manage to take some cover behind a box. We're 1 down on... Oh no, 2 down, yeah. It's 4 against 3 now. Still looking pretty comfortable.
No mid-round aggressions for info from the CT side here, and you can kind of understand why with their positioning. You know, they'll have pretty advanced info everywhere except for the A site, which is somewhat of a retake setup.
Yeah, the Pirates just finding it hard to get footing in the second half of the game. They were only a couple rounds behind, but now shooting all the way back to 5 rounds behind, it's...
Oh.
Oh no! Well, at least the Robins are doing something to help them out here and there. There we go. You know, you've thrown your mental off by hitting the wall with the grenade, and you just get shot down. This might be the round that the Pirates turn it around, and you know, like that mistake with the grenade didn't cost too much HP, but it might have cost some mental and some positioning that cost this round. All in all, like every little thing can have a big effect when you're playing serious games like this. And yeah, bombs down. Mog's going to try and make their way around the corner, try and find a head, but it will be Red that finds the head instead. Mog goes down, and yeah, Elo gonna sneak away. I think just keep that rifle in pocket.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate when you get rounds like that. You know, Wally just standing there, ready with the Molotov, sees the shadow and does the right thing by all degrees. But yeah, just an unfortunate situation. It's one of those rounds that you can write off. You kind of have the round lead to do it as well.
Do you think they can steamroll off the back of that? You know, they've got guns, they've got money now, they've got 1 more round in the bag. 4 rounds behind isn't so bad. They've definitely got the ability. I think we might see a bit of a comeback.
Yeah, definitely. There's a good opportunity for it, at least as good as they've had so far. AWP is being brought out as well by Mog, so we'll Wait to see if he goes for any over aggressions, but ball in the court of the T side Pirates here. Can they string 2 rounds together? Oh, what is that mid push from Rizzy? That was absolutely mental. Upgrades to the AK, trying to get a bit cheeky with it. Will be finally punished. And I think that might be a bit of a mistake, especially if your A site defender goes down. And yeah, that's a really big mistake in the end from Rizzy, because there's no support available. The A site player, while he pushing him through middle, will get another kill. But I think it might be a bit late.
Yeah, it was maybe more of like a Reyna Valorant play that, but you've got no exit in Counter Strike. You kind of got to have some backup, and yeah, I mean, one of the big things we notice in higher levels of gaming on Counter Strike or some other games is you've always got a teammate there to at least trade you. Like, that's
Mhm.
you're at least traded. You might lose your life, but you're traded. That's so important to keep the numbers similar. But yeah, once someone gets taken out with no trade, oh, is that just like a leg shot or a wallbang, but didn't get taken down?
Yeah, I think once it got to that 3 versus 3 situation, I wouldn't have faulted the Robins for kind of saving. They didn't even have money to actually go for that. So maybe an unforced error, something. Well, I guess it would be that big flank kind of lulling them back into that retake. But unfortunate in the end to lose that one, 10-7. And this is definitely a good opportunity for the Pirates to bring things back into an even standing.
Yeah, I mean, there was 5 behind, now they're 3 behind to get this one. They're only 2 behind. It could look really good for them, and almost definitely going to get this one. We don't see much for the Robins, and be a bit of a miracle if they manage to take down all this util and all these rifles in one round. But of course, they're probably just going to try and get a little bit of economic damage here. Does
Uh-oh.
look like they're stacking on B site and they're trying to hold loads of different angles on B site. So if B site is the site where the bomb's heading towards, A hasn't even been checked. They've just tentatively checked out boat area and main a little bit, but haven't pushed all the way up through Fountain yet. So this B site push could get interesting with the 5 pistols looking at different angles.
Execute comes through, pistol still in position, but the trades are
Oh
all
dear.
good. It's all rosy. And pistols can't do anything, just steamrolled over in that sight hit.
Not yeah, that's a shame. Not even a single. Oh, there was a little bit of HP at the end there, just a tiny bit on his Zerx, but yeah.
As a IGL, like winning the rounds, even when you kind of execute into the stack, can be such a confidence booster. So I'm happy that the Pirates were able to kind of win that round pretty cleanly, because even if you win that, but you lose a couple of players, even that can just be enough to knock the confidence and take the wind out of a comeback.
Oh yeah, especially when they just sat there waiting for you like they were there. I mean, but yeah, so first time I met you, Jammers. So just tell me a little bit about yourself. Your IGL for CS?
Yeah, no, I've been an IGL coach for a couple of years. I've been casting for almost just as long. But yeah, it's been an interesting story to get to this stage in and the grand finals are definitely shaping up to be a good game. Um,
It's a little bit of a comeback there as well for the Robins. They do manage to take 1 point back.
Absolutely,
A little
I
bit of a
think the
steamroll.
real problem there was trying to execute through the smokes, but the flash timings just weren't there.
Gonna have a bit of a split, I think. But looks like the Robins are pushing mostly in towards the mid area.
Mhm.
Spreading out a bit now. Some moving towards B. There's one pushing out of A main. We'll be seeing that there's no info there, so maybe got the information that it's going to be middle B. But yeah, we've got 3 players now from Pirates stacking up to B. So stacking up to mid. 4 players.
Interesting. So middle can be really hard to hold, especially on Anubis. Oh, sorry. Like, of course, it's really hard to hold on Anubis, but oh, okay. Right back going down is actually pretty big. So the positioning looked like they were going to head towards B. That mid take not being not being successful or not being clean at least is a problem. But you can see the A split has been initiated. Wally, oh, that timing, almost being caught off guard, but will be able to
Oh,
transfer that into 2 kills, and suddenly such a threatening position looks not so bad anymore.
what can Elo do? Elo gets 1. No, it doesn't get
No.
one. Sorry, switched it.
Yeah, no, it's such a weird
Mhm.
situation how that mid round broke down. So getting middle control on Anubis should be fairly easy on the T side, but just that smoke and the presence of the orb was enough of a hesitation for the rotations to come through, picks to be traded in, and suddenly you're in the situation where the Robins are only one round away, sorry, from victory.
Yeah, so the Pirates are going full steam ahead, just charging into B, crashing into sight, but it's 2 for 2 so far. One more drops for the Robins, three against 2 for the Pirates now. Now, can they hold down this site? Bomb is planted. Wally does take down Kaiser. Now it's just one standing for the Robins, and the Pirates very, very low health. That grenade nearly finishing Zerks off. Rizzy's got to get on the side, does get one, and there goes the
Oh,
other.
what a play. Rizzy been so good on the T side, and that's just an impeccable amount of impact to close out the game in such a fashion. Really good, strong start from the Robins. I think the first half was going to kind of indicate to us that it's going to be a really close game, but that second half, the Robins just kind of ran away with things.
Yeah, and Rizzy sealed the deal. One of the players we said maybe look out for. 1v2 retake, really nice grenade. Great peaks one by one, and they just weren't really there ready for the trading. So unfortunately, both those players fell, and they lost all chance of holding that game together. But
Mhm.
we're playing best of 3 or 5 tonight.
Best of three.
Best
Yeah.
of 3, yeah. So there's still a bit of a
Yeah.
chance to bring it back, and not a huge chance though of it being best of 3. You know, best of 5, you can actually lose a couple of games in a row and still come back, but they're going to have to grab this next game if they want to stay in the match.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in between the maps, we are going to take a super quick break. Just try and reset ourselves. We'll kind of sort things out in the background, but hopefully we're not going to have any more technical pauses. But just don't go anywhere. Come back straight after this break.
See you soon.
God knows I've failed many times to be a perfect guy. And God knows how I failed, no matter how hard I try. But I promise, I swear that I'd always be there when you need me. Anytime that I can, I will hold up my hand. Please believe, not every man is a hero, not every father's a king, but my love for you will last a lifetime. In these words that I sing, and if it takes until forever, I hope one day you'll understand. In your eyes I saw the reason to be a better man. Yeah, my world became just perfect because of you. 'Cause of you. 'Cause of you. And when the curtain comes down on my lifetime, and when I sing my final song, say my last goodbye, I will look back with pride at the girls by my side and smile for the love that you gave till my very last day. Set me free. Not every man is a hero, not every father's a king, but my love for you will last but my love for you will last a lifetime. In these words that I say, if it takes until forever, I hope one day you'll understand. In your eyes I saw the reason to be a better man. Every man is a hero, not every father's a king, but my love for you will last a lifetime. In these words that I sing, you made my world just perfect. You made my world just perfect. Yeah, you made my world just perfect. Thank you. Thank you. My days, jij diep op awr, fy arglwydd ddiw. Daw hyddodd dyner lais, o nefol rhyw. My days, jij diep op awr, trigger mi. Cyll temptasiynau grym yn ymyl di. My days, oh my days, bob awr, my arnaf days, bendith.
Hey guys, welcome back to Well. We have recomposed ourselves after that first map of this best of three grand finals between the Robins and the Pirates. Bigfoot, you joined us partway through, but I think you kind of saw enough to get a flavour of the game that we're going into here on Vertigo. What do you kind of make of the matchup so far?
Seems pretty intense. Robins seem to be like pretty good on the front foot, moving forward, being quite aggressive. They are actually starting on the T side this next game, so it might be possible that they get quite a strong lead. You know, it is a map which you can kind of steamroll into the site, so that is what they seem to be good at. There's players that can hold their own as well in 1v2s, 1v3s. So if they can steamroll this first half, it might be over. So it's going to be up to the Pirates to really kick up their defensive tactics and stop that happening in the first half of this map, I think.
Yeah, no, it's a really good point. You know, the Robins, I think one thing that we kind of saw as an indication of kind of how these teams are matched up against each other, skill-wise, they're pretty close. But one thing that I can commend the Robins for that I didn't really see from the Pirates was their ability to kind of get to those trade situations and just pause. And that really puts a large amount of stress onto your CT side. So if they're able to continue to stress the Pirates out on their CT side, that can be enough to break Vertigo. Of course, the rotations don't work out quite as well for Anubis. So it's not quite as T-sided. But I would still say, you know, the Robins' ability to kind of pause in mid-round situations can be a strong asset if they can continue to kind of do those kinds of things and have a pretty structured T-side moving in towards Vertigo.
Yeah, this discipline, tempo and discipline can be becoming so useful in competitive shooters. So, you know, you get one kill, you get a boost of adrenaline, you think you can keep steamrolling, but it's not always the case. And stepping back off a kill can sometimes actually be the best thing to do in a lot of situations. And controlling that adrenaline and that bloodthirst, it can be really important.
Well, there's a lot of adrenaline in this round as it's going to be a quick push up and towards the B site. And okay, quick trades in towards short. The smoke's don't give enough cover. It's probably making the T side a bit hesitant, in fact, getting towards the site, and they can't even go for the bomb plant. Zyrex has pushed around the edge of the smoke and is taking liberties here. You can see Rizzy and Elo, they're starting to fall back. I think they're being called back
Interesting.
just to reset the
Interesting.
situation. Mog, I thought he might have been in middle, but Zyrex catches him off guard, and you can see, oh, Zyrex with some more impact, getting a kill through. Oh, man, this has been such an unfortunate situation for for the T side to start.
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting. It looked like they were going to steamroll, but we were saying the Pirates needed to pull the defensive tactics out the bag, and they held them back, and yeah, took them out one by one. So pretty comfortable start for the Pirates. Robins are going to pretty much full save on this round as well. Try and damage some of this half buy, this anti-eco buy that the Pirates have done, but they've got so much util on the side of the Pirates. I think the Robins are going to find it very, very hard to get anything serious done in this round. They're even pushing out now, so we've got the Pirates pushing towards the T spawn. Wally's going to hold this corner, maybe wait for Zyrex to make this push, but even with two of them, Zyrex can get a double kill with the automatic weapon against the pistols. Do you think they're just trying to catch them off guard here? They're waiting for the push. Oh, we have it. The patience on both sides. Zyrex gets both. Who was more patient at the end of that? And it was actually Zyrex at the end of the day. Chizoko gets one. Chizoko gets two. And it's just one last standing member of the Robins who will go down.
Yeah, I think it's kind of one of those situations where you just want to wait things out, maybe make the CT side reinvest in all that utility that they've expended at the start of the round and see if you can kind of catch someone off guard. But you can just see the mobility of those MP9s too strong in that situation.
Yeah, and they were swinging one by one as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it was too late because the initial swing was just like a little check, a little peek check, but then taken down. So Robins with automatics, big full rifles in their pocket now, AKs and that. They're gonna send a little bit of util up ramp, but smokes are coming straight back down. It's gonna hold them back. So far we're mostly just trading util, but we do have Wheelers holding a pretty crucial angle here.
That ramp smoke missed on the CT side. I would wonder if that would trigger a kind of push towards ramp, but you can see the T side, they're actually opting for middle aggression.
Do love the new smokes. They're so much better than they used to be.
100%, yeah.
Do you feel like it's changed the meta much as well?
I think it's taking people getting used to the new mechanics, but I don't know. While smokes are used a lot in the same kinds of ways, there's a lot more dynamicism between these sight hits and things like that. You definitely can't get away with, just going for executes every time. Okay, Mark's so patient. We'll be able to clean up Wheelers to help out, and it looks like they're trying to go for a B split here, but there are two players remaining. Might be walking straight to the position.
Look at the map, man. Right in the corner there. Mog's not going to get away with it. He manages to make it to the most obscure position on the map. Right next to two other players, but doesn't get anything when that smoke drops.
Oh.
Okay. They do get one on the board, but they do lose two players in the process.
I don't know if he even saw that player. It might have seen him just through the gaps in the smoke, but in any case, it is going to be two players left alive. And
keep your eyes on Mog, everyone.
Check for word EXE, but in any case, it's going to be a full buy from both teams. Not the healthiest from either side, so this is kind of one of those swing round opportunities. Whoever loses here, if you're going to lose healthily, can maybe angle towards recovering that economic situation. But if you lose all 5 players, that can absolutely reset your situation.
I'm used to seeing a lot more steamrolling on this map than we've seen so far in the first 3 rounds. It's definitely a map where you can get away with a little bit more aggression as the terrorists, and everything's been a little bit more slow and patient. Like there is like the tension of a finals in the air.
Absolutely. I'm not liking these smokes down ramp, if I'm honest. It seems like there's a bit too much depth or a bit too shallow. But in any case, there's many gaps to be taken advantage of. And look at this push. Look at the patience from the players. Trauzo, though, this is an unlikely spot to be in. And oh, the crossfire is not going to work out. How do the Pirates respond to that?
Yeah, Rizzy checks one side, Mog checks the other, and 6 or 7 bits of util come out now. And I think they're going to get the bomb down off the back of that. Another one falls, but the Wheelers, Mog, yeah, they get one each. Kaiser did get a trade in amongst all that, but it's all up to Red. Quadruple 1 here. Getting smothered with util still. Going to take a peek up on the IBCs, Industrial Bulk Containers. I think that's what they are. And won't get the shot off.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate situation. I think when you go 2 men down like that, it can be a good idea to push through the smokes. You can kind of see, the Pirates unwilling to give that post-plant situation because their 3 versus 5 is pretty impossible on Vertigo. So trying to push ahead, catch players off guard, maybe bring it a bit more even keel with some trades, but just doesn't work out whatsoever for them. Oh.
Ooh, some good damage there done with the USP, but yeah, they will actually get Wheelers. Nope, pushing far. Pistol in hand, but will be shot straight down by Wally. And one more shot, and that's a kill. Go on, mate.
Could sneeze on him and it's a kill, but no one's able to do it just yet. Trauzo will lock it in. And there's another rifle to be retrieved. If Mog goes for this smoke push, it's awkward.
Told you,
Kaiser kisses him in the smoke.
Keep your eyes on Mog, everyone. He's going to be in the corner in a smoke somewhere. That's for sure.
Oh no, they're going for the push. I'd say this is unwarranted, but the trades are coming through, and Trauzo's got 2. One more player to find, and it is that key player, Mog, as you were saying. They don't know quite where he is, but there's no kits to be played with. Time's ticking now quite low. Marga's played this really well, positioning, completely catching them off guard, and that's it. Round's done and dusted. Nice triple kill from Trauzo, but it's not good enough to win the round.
Yeah, really well played there. So 3-2 now, the Robins. I think they started off 2-0, but managed to hold it down ever since then. Pirates going to have to rethink a little bit what they're doing. I mean, whatever they did in the first couple of rounds really worked for them. But I think the Robins have been they've been patient and steamrolling you. And you mentioned their ability to do tempo, and that's another really important thing, is to not just steamroll in the first 10 seconds of the round, but wait for the opening to do that. And that's they've managed to pass that off in one of these rounds so far. But this looks like more of just a straight steamroll so far. Let's see how much further they push forward. Wadi does get traded out though as Kaiser takes him out, so it is equal members standing. A little bit of silence.
Good reaction from Kaiser there, just to be able to clean up the kill and not let things kind of run out of control and let the steamroll happen, as you say. But yeah, I like the kind of change in tempo again there from Wally to just go for that opening pick, because we've not really seen them go for over-aggressions towards the B site. It works out for 1 kill, and these 4v4 situations will often favor the T side.
It's also a map where you can call, if you've got a defensive team that are keen to rotate, you can fake out quite a lot and get them to rotate around the map. But it does look like the Pirates are doing a pretty good job of anchoring so far until they get the full information.
Yeah. Presence shown here by the Robins as the execute comes through, and that should buy enough space for the plant, but I think a flash is being set up for a peek over the smokes.
Oh dear.
Oh, okay.
Trauzo.
Hang on.
Was that through the smoke?
Wow, there were tags through the smoke, but not able to secure the kill.
They've got to act fast on this one. They've got to get something done, but just so many smokes. They're just going to walk straight through the smokes. One gets taken down. That will be Kaiser. Rizzy does get 2 there, and yeah, Red falls, last one standing, and they just can't do that retake against people holding such good angles with so many smokes down.
Yeah, I can understand Rizzy wanting to go to tap the bomb there, but you really need to be a bit more of the situation and just clear your angles before you get to that point. unfortunate the retake doesn't come through, but I think one thing that we can keep an eye on for the rest of this game is just how willing these CT sides are to go for retake situations that probably aren't, with the odds in their favor.
Yeah, that many smokes would have probably expected just to save. It's 3 rifles to bring into the next round. If they've managed to buy one, you can. Oh no, pick one up. Sorry, they did not start with any. So they could have entered the round with 3 rifles. They picked that one up. They would have had 4. It's could have been a pretty comfortable situation to be in if they just saved. But yeah, and there's a lot of aggression coming up the ramp now. Ryback does take down Elo as Elo heavily aggresses. Mog on the other side of the smoke again, creeping around. Where's Mog going to get to this time? Mog does take down Ryback as well.
So tricky to deal with, isn't he?
Yeah, game 1 seemed to be all about Rizzy, but I think Mog's up to some serious mischief here in Vertigo, and I'm here for it.
Again, Robin's slowing things down, and it's not going to cause a rotation here, but it does allow them to kind of group up and attack it as a 2-man situation.
Yeah, but the patience is just so nice to see, it's like the control of the tempo. Very, very good discipline. One does fall. But Mog, sneaky, might get away with something. Does get away with 1 onto red. Gets away with 2, but Trouser will trade out. But Mog, good for 2.
Yeah, really threatening situation to bring that even to a 1 versus 1. Mog playing well, as you said, but Trouser, I think he's been the kind of counterpart in that impact kind of market. And yeah, he's just been getting just as many kills as Mog, it feels like.
Sexy little op's going to come out. Trousers has been doing some good damage on the defensive side. If Trouser can get the right angle, this could be a really good opener to start off with, but the push is going to come heavy up ramp, it looks like, to start with, or they might just be baiting it. They're not pushing, they're just throwing a couple bits of util up there.
I think the lack of ramp smoke and just, okay, it doesn't matter. The Cyrex going for liberties, I don't know if that was necessarily warranted, but I can't really fault them for trying to get some information plays. Wally might go for an overaggression himself. I don't think the orb's shot in this round yet, so...
Yeah, maybe not aware it's there, but knows the location now. Knows that there's someone up there at the very least. Trouser might be better off just holding that angle a little bit longer, but the smoke does push them back. Find another place to peek with that op. See what they can pull off. They have, of course, lost 1 player already on the side of the Pirates, so when the Robins make this 5-man push, it's going to be even harder to hold back, especially when they're still split in 2 halves on this map as a 4-man.
Yeah, but as this execute comes through, you can see there's a man possibly pushing in towards the back line, so Pirates are kind of really relying on that flanker to come through. It doesn't matter. They're all going to regroup for this retake. There's plenty of utility, so they could definitely throw out some smokes, throw out some flashes, and make things problematic for the Robins as they got the bomb down. Can they go for this retake? Are they even willing to go for it?
I mean, losing 3 rifles and an op is not a good look moving into the next round, but if they manage to get anything going for themselves, it does not start well, though. 2 have already fallen. I think it's time to save. Are they going to keep aggressing? They're going to keep aggressing, and they're going to lose absolutely everyone as Mog and Wall clean up.
Wally, so, I don't know how he's managed to get away with that, just fighting through the edge of the smoke. And we were talking about Mog doing it, but Wally's saying, anything you can do, I can do just as well. What an impactful play to shut down any hopes of a retake, and it's completely reset the Pirates. I think that was an overaggression.
Yeah, when that 1 player died, I would have expected a complete full retreat to save. It's a lot of money when you talk about an op and 2 rifles. So the fact that they hung around there showed they were really desperate to equalize or get more kills, but it was just not really looking realistic to be achieved.
Oh.
Nice. Does get a trade back with the Teagle.
Hang on.
The double Berettas. Trouser gets 1. Wally. That is very interesting. We did not see that coming from the Pirates, but just excellent use of the pistols there. There were headshots landed perfectly, and they can pull this back, it's really going to upset the momentum that the Robins thought they built up again.
Oh, look at this stack as well.
Oh, they've called it. They've made the rotation. They were ready for the plan. And the headshot!
Kaiser is so crisp today. Jesus. That skill transfer from Anubis to Vertigo, he's showing that it's so easy for him, especially with the deagle in his hands, hand cannon. Man, what a play from the Pirates there.
Yeah, so many crucial headshots. That was 3 pistol headshot kills that landed that round for them. It's exactly what you need when you're saving, and didn't see it coming personally. Really, really happy to see it. Absolutely full up of util and rifles now as well. They might be able to equalize this round.
Man, aggression's in from the ramp. Rizzy will get caught at the edge of the smoke. Wally can return one in towards middle, and okay, suddenly you're losing quite a few players on the CT side, and things can run out of control very easily.
Yeah, but you do not expect to get a headshot through a smoke like that. Wally takes out one, Mog gets another, Wally gets another, and it will not be an equalization. They can do it with pistols, but they don't seem to be able to do it with the rifles in the following round, unfortunately. And Robins going back ahead, 6-4. Will be another save round for the Pirates. They've got one rifle there, but they've also got $8,000 in the pocket of one player. They should be able to get a little bit more than that, I think. Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, such funny rounds back to back. The complete antithesis of each other. You know, T side kind of failing to just full eco pistols, and the CT side getting caught in every avenue. You can't win a single 50-50 fight. It's unfortunate, but now we get to a real tricky situation. Both teams somewhat on low economy. Definitely the Pirates in a worse off situation, and Ryback has no smoke to extinguish a Molotov if it comes in his direction.
Can I just have to stick it? Burn your toes off and go for a kill, but there is a couple routes of retreat. But the problem with that point on the map is you'll often be caught off guard if you run away from it. So,
oh no!
Okay,
Trouser.
So with the op, is it going to be another one? It won't be. Unfortunately, Mog trades out, but Ryder gets one, takes down Wally, but then Rizzy trades back out, 3 for 3 with one player extremely low on the Robins. The push in the gap of the smoke. Excellent push there from Kaiser. Gets one. Rizzy falls. Mog falls as well to Kaiser, but Wheelers trays out. How much more can Wheelers do in a 1v2 situation? Oh, what a nade. Down to 44 HP. Little bit of helmet still. Maybe wants to pick up the bomb and do something, but just going to go for these kills if possible. Very slow. Zyrex right on this angle, and it will be an easy kill for Zyrex as the Pirates claim one back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to break that one down. You can see again, the tactic is to take advantage of that gap in the timings as the T side tries to establish themselves on the site, but just pushing through the smoke on the edge of it. And then the really strong flashes from Red behind Kaiser to support is just too strong, and a really good sight hold in the end from the players.
Yeah, there was a gap in the smoke. I mean, the smoke could have been pushed through whether there was a gap or not, but I think the gap just increased the confidence. While Wally and Wheelers do take down Zyrex together. Zyrex trying to run for their life, but gets headshot down. Wally gets another headshot on a Kaiser. Looking pretty good. Pirates just not going to be able to close this gap just yet, but every time Robins get 2 rounds ahead, the Pirates do get 1, so if they can hold it down and just get that second to equalize and move forward a little bit more, we might be in for a 3rd map. But of course the Robins don't want to let that happen, so they're going to keep this aggression, keep the tempo going. Great control of the tempo, as Jammer pointed out, and we'll see it time and time again in many different rounds how the Robins can speed up and slow down. But it does look like the Pirates are doing a little bit of that themselves, and it is working for them.
Yeah, it's been very back and forth. Trouser catching Elo off is somewhat of a problem, actually, because it looked like the bomb was heading back in towards that direction. Ryback trying to throw a fake flash as he tries to rotate in to help Red, but Red can't do anything to hold down the site, and 2 versus 4 is going to be a tall task. Ryback starts with a good forward foot, and the Molotov will delay any plant from coming through, so this is a winnable situation.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Wow, Wally. Okay, beautiful stuff there. Trouser with 14 kills, really, really holding it down for the Pirates. Wally, top of the fraggers for the Robins as well. See what happens when we switch sides. It's the same scoreline we just had, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be interesting to see if we end up with the same finishing one. But yeah, just to call back, summarize that half, really good patience from the Robins and tempo control. And I mean, even in that last round to end out the half, Wally going for those same entries on towards the A site. And it just works out for them well this time.
Loads of footsteps. We hear loads of action. It looks like it's going to be a bit of a big rush here as we push towards the B site. They're going to jump out of the sky, but get shot out of the sky. Guys, it gets 2, but there's trades back and forth, and you've only got one standing, and it was Rizzy, but Rizzy gets taken down, and the aggression pays off big time.
It really does. I think the CT side just weren't, able to get into some positions that were kind of strong for them to set up some crossfires. The T side just pushing up really well, catching the timings, and just really well structured round.
Really well, very, very well structured in this game. I think most of the players are actually in Wales right now.
I think only Welsh is Scottish. The rest is just a straight Welsh lobby.
It's good to see, man. Big up the Welsh Esports League. I mean, it's pretty clear because we're all here, but yeah, doing great stuff. Loads of games getting in. Season 4 as well. Season 4 Valorant starting in a couple of weeks. I will be there. Overwatch again soon as well. Oh, nice nade with the rebound. Zyrex peeks out, does take down Elo. Mog's such low health. Mog will fall. So finally, the Pirates will be able to equalize this unless something crazy happens, but so far it's looking like it's going to hit 7-7. Bomb planted. Cyrex has taken on 2 players on B while the bomb's planted over on A, and not a single player is defending the bomb. We could have had a ninja defuse if one of them just rotated underground, but there we have it. They're wiped out.
Mog farming up money with the MAC-10. Whenever the pistols come out, he's going to be hunting for those frags, and he's able to pick up 3 of them. Sure, he's happy about that. Gun round, though, lacking in utility for the Robins, but it's the first time we've seen the CT side rifles in their hands, and well, going off how well their T side has gone, they might still be able to bring some of that confidence, some of that momentum from their T side in towards the CT side.
Whoa. It doesn't look like the Robins want to let that happen again. No more steamrolling for them. They're going to use all their util to show and slow down the ramp aggression, get 1 kill, but will be traded out. That looks like a double, and it is. Mog gets 2, spraying through Ryback and Trowzo together. And now Pirates only with 2 players standing. Cyrex moving towards B side, but the bomb is still down and spawn away from them. Are they going to go for a frag victory or just see what else they can do? Relez does take down Kaiser, so it's just Mog standing. No bomb in hand. Will be taken down by Wally. And there we have the Robins stepping forward again. Not letting the Pirates get away any further than equalizing.
Yeah, I really like the idea of going for that ramp aggression. That Molotov and nade over the sandbags kind of prevents the CTs from getting full control of ramp. But I think there was maybe a missed time with the flashes or just not good crossfires being able to set up as you push up the ramp, and you can see it all just falls apart at the edge of the smoke.
Yeah, I can't lie. This map gives me a headache playing, but it's very fun to cast. It's.
I have the opposite.
Okay, you love to play it, but don't like to cast it.
Yeah, I know it's not a very popular map in the pool right now, but
yeah.
I think there's so much you can do with the strats and the rotations. It's actually quite fun to call.
Well, yeah, the simplicity means the strats can actually get more complex, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like.
Nothing more complex than 4 players just pushing out middle and steamrolling their way through. Wally can't connect anything. It's connecting dots on the wall. He'll fall. And suddenly this is looking like a retake that shouldn't be on the cards.
Are we going to see a smart slave? Mog in the corner, in the smoke again. Will actually be taken down this time by Trowzo, but it's like a bit of a segue into Apex, but the new update characters have like abilities, and one of them can now heal in smoke. I think Mog thinks he's playing the Bangalore in the new season of Apex, trying to get that health back up, hiding in the smoke.
Oh, you just see the smoke is like, how can I get to the edge of this?
Home. This is safe space, you know. We all need a safe space, and for Mog, it's a corner in the smoke.
Oh, okay. Interesting wrinkle there. Ryback using the top ramp smoke, and it buys a little bit of space for the T side. Stops any over aggressions, and I believe that's. I think it was brought by Ents first, but yeah. In any case, good smoke, good trades in middle, and look at this space that's been bought over by the T side.
Yeah, and there's B site is going to be pretty free right now. I think they've managed to do a little bit of a good confusion there with, like I was saying, simple map, complex strat. Managed to tease out all the players towards A and just waltz onto the B side. Now they're defending it. Beautiful stuff. There's only 2 players left now for the Robins. Pirates aren't messing around. They're really checking the strat book, bringing out different techniques, and yeah, the util on ramp with the rotation shouldn't really be so effective. But it really worked for them this time, and it might not work for them again. But then once it stops working for you, you can use that in your favor because you know they're anchoring more, and when they're anchoring more, you can push harder. So it all runs round in circles, doesn't it? This strat back and forth.
Yeah, there's I think not enough of an emphasis put on conditioning in games like Counter-Strike.
Yeah,
You know, you throw your default nades out, and that can lull, you know, the CT side into a full sense of security. Or if you're throwing default nades on the CT side, it can kind of make the T side expect one thing, and then you throw in aggressions or something else. So yeah, you can see the conditioning starting to come into play here. And I think for the Robins, for them to get success against the Pirates, they kind of need to just win those entries. And when they're giving up sites so easily, or they're going for the gamble stack on the wrong site, it kind of just falls apart.
yeah, it can take quite a while to really understand where your opponent's coming from, whether it's conditioning or just like hard habits they've got. It can take like a game or two, and that's why, like, you know, sometimes the best of 5s, best of 7s work out really, really well because you really get into the trenches with the strats. But when it's best of 3, it's just basically whoever can get those first 2 wins as fast as possible. And just as you start to find your footing, you'll find out there's a whole team just sat on your side like there is right now. And like, oh my days, but there's just util left, right, and center. There's nowhere to move. But the bomb does go down. So much utility used, but it secured that plant so easily as well. This retake is going to be hard. 18 HP for Mog. Maybe he's just going to go hide in this smoke here. Might be able to get away with something. No way. They just get 3 kills like that. Mog, such low health. Cyrex tries to do something, but will be traded out by Elo, and WeLez will get the defuse. What a retake.
Yeah, the determining factor there ultimately being those saved smokes. You know, when the Pirates are going for a hit such early into the round, then you can just hold on to those key bits of utility that you know you'll need for that retake. And you can see just how impactful just dropping a few smokes and throwing a wrench into those crossfires can be.
Can you only carry 1 smoke in this game? Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so you've only got a maximum of 5. It's if you can save those till the later rounds, if you can save them until the retake, it's gonna look good, isn't it? And that's the thing. When you're retaking, you're actually no longer defending; you're attacking. It's what I love about these planting games.
Oh, the boost!
Oh, no way! The swing does get taken down to 38 HP though. Our Wally. Oh.
Have to see if that comes into play. Ramp should be given up at this point as the smokes fade. You can't really hold it with just 2 men, especially in a 5 versus 4 situation, unless you want to go for some over aggressions and try and take some liberties. Kaiser taking liberties in middle and absolutely catches players off guard. And suddenly this B site is open for business, but Elo is trading back on towards A. I don't know if the game plan was necessarily to even go towards B, but Kaiser's success is going to prompt the bomb in towards that direction.
WeLez, it's all going to be down to whether WeLez can pull something tricky off or not. It is one, it is 2. WeLez gets 2, down to 13 HP though. Will this be the peak of WeLez's life? Knows the location, but it's going to be so hard to come out on top. 44 HP though for Trowser. It's not that big a difference. I think it's a body shot for each of them. So whoever gets the flick first is going to come out on top. But Wheelers does pull back, trying to play the 2v1 instead. Trowser doesn't have time to rotate now, so it's going to have to go down. Oh my days! Just needs one more kill or the bomb down. 5 seconds left though. This is insane. No way. Unlucky Trowser, but nice try. Nearly gets away with that.
Yeah, really good attempt there. Even drops the Molotov in the right position, but just Elo making the correct play at the correct time, pushing in and able to get that trade. It's really unfortunate for both sides because it is going to be somewhat of a weak situation for the economy of the CT side, only having one player left alive. So still a very contentious game as we move 9-10.
I mean, the Pirates are really holding their own here. Just not letting the Robins get away with the last little bit that they managed to on the last map on Anubis. So we still can take it. We still can see a third map, but it's a lot of tension in the air right now. Every move counts. Every little play counts. You don't want to be throwing a grenade off the wall like we saw early in the match, in the last halfway through the last map. But 100% focus is required from every player here on both teams.
I think Mog's going to get taken out, but Trowser looks away. I think the strat is being adjusted, and you can see just as ramp control is being taken, the bomb's heading back.
Grenade lineups are coming out. Excellent shots. Wheelers takes down one. Elo takes down two elsewhere on the map. It's looking like there's going to be another round for the Robins here, just when Pirates needed it most.
Oh, Kaiser trying to make some of this 1 versus 2, but tagged down too low. Rizzy cleans up, and yeah, you could kind of see the strat got a bit too tricky for the Pirates there. Kind of lost track of the situation, and they probably would have just been better off of grouping up towards A and just committing to the site. But obviously, hindsight's 2020, and they can't see the map like we can. So unfortunate there for the lads. Strat just didn't work out.
Yeah, just a couple more rounds to go, and the Robins have got it. This is another save round as well for the Pirates. Gonna be really hard to stop this happening now. But they're gonna do their best all the same. We've seen them pull off some amazing save rounds before, but unable to get a kill thus far. And they do lose 3 players. They get one though, one little trade, and we see another of the Robins on extremely low health, but now it is all in Kaiser's hands with just a deagle. Unfortunately, the hard swings are going to be too much to deal with. 12-9 to the Robins.
Yeah, it's been good, but not quite getting a clutch like that good. Unfortunate for Kaiser, and I think, you know, one of the main points we can just talk about is the Robins have been just so strong. I know they've been kind of back and forth, especially at the start of halves. You know, you can see the Pirates fighting for contention, but once you get to these gun rounds, the Robins really have like the more kind of structured, formidable side.
Yeah, and they play in a gang quite a lot of the time as well. It just really works out for them. They move together so well. They get the trades when they need to, and you often see players of the Robins getting 3 kills in a row. It just makes such a big difference if you can take down 3 lives with your 1 life. Wheelers there taking down Kaiser. It's actually 3 for 3, so there's still a chance the Pirates can hold them back. Possibly taking this to overtime, but the control of the tempo that we talked about from the Robins might be what really seals the deal here. They've slowed down yet again. Elo gets 2. Exactly what we were talking about. All of these players in the Robins can hold their own, but Red does take down Elo before Elo can get a third there. Now it's stuck behind this pillar. It's a 1v1 situation, but the second player from Robins is making their way around. Wheeler is not going to peek, waiting for Rizzy to come up. Again, the patience that we spoke about, but there we have it. The Robins are taking the finals of the Welsh Esports League for CS2 and Season 4. Amazing stuff to see. Some really, really good kills there coming out from both sides. You know, the Pirates really managed to hold their own, but the Robins just held it a little bit harder.
Yeah, I think it's been a really good showing from the Pirates, but you could just see that little bit more structured depth, that ability to pause and play and fast forward that tempo and just really dictate the situation tactically. Kind of led them to that victory in the end, and I think it's well deserved. It was very hard fought from both sides though, and it's great to see from Welsh CS.
Yeah, and it wasn't that the Pirates couldn't get like triple kills. It was just that the Robins got them a little bit more often. I just seem to see the free Ks come out on the side of the Robins just that little bit more often, and that makes such a difference when, like I said, one life is taken free. It really, really changes the 5v5 one life situation that you have in CS and similar games. So that's what you need. You need a team that can work together, move together like they did, but also everyone can hold their own. So yeah, Robin's looking really, really fresh.
Yeah, so that will be rounding out the CS portion of the Welsh Esports League for this season. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get an interview or anything like that for this occasion. Again, apologies for the tech delays at the start of the game and everything. Sometimes that happens, especially when Valve wants to drop an update right before the tournament games. But we made our way through it, and honestly, I can say that at least from my point of view, I'm really proud of kind of what Welsh CS is fostering. Two really strong teams here showing up and putting on a pretty strong display in the grand finals.
Yeah, the youth of the future, and people like the Welsh Esports League, etc., are doing really good to invest in that. And yeah, happy to be a part of it. Thank you to everyone behind the scenes. Thank you to our production crew and the bosses at Welsh Esports League. And I'll see you in the Valorant season coming up very, very shortly. And yeah, I'm sure Jan will be back for future CS, and you might see my face again. Who knows? Thank you very much.
Mama tried to send me to a boarding school, 'cause she just didn't know what to do. With my no good stinking attitude, she tried to send me away. Hey, hey, Daddy tried to send me to. Said I was just a stupid big ass fool. So before they lost their cool, they phoned the school and tried to take me away. But hey, they didn't have the money to send me away. They didn't have the dough to make me go, so I had to stay. No, they didn't have the money, so listen to my tale. Well, if you can't afford a punk ass kid, you better put your cha-cha away. So they tried to send me to my nan, who lived in a broken down caravan. There I lived a simple gypsy life, selling heather all day. Then she read my lazy workless palm, said a boy, it wouldn't do you no harm to pick up that old guitar and learn to play. Now go away, but they didn't have the money to send me away. They didn't have the dough to make me go, so I had to stay. No, they didn't have the money, so listen to my tale. Well, if you can't afford a punk ass kid, you better put your cha-cha away. Get So they sent me to